Hi, this is Dave Gimberline with Kata for Self-Defense, or Shotoru Goshinjutsu. Today is part 3 of the Augmented Block series, the Morote Uke, which is usually translated, like I said, Augmented Block. I think two-hand defense is a better idea that covers the concept. If you have not seen part 1 and 2, please watch that first. I will put the links below. So, the first part is going to be that you are blocking and striking at the same time. And most of you are okay with that idea, blocking and hitting at the same time like any normal augmented block, or even standing up, coming to here like in Jion. So if those two things are okay, then maybe what's this? And from Heian Nida, both hands coming up, blocking and striking, or the same technique from Heian Yonda. So from this side, punches, augmented block, augmented block, augmented block, augmented block. If you stretch it just a little bit further, when you got both hands out like this, like let's say what we normally call a wedge block, maybe he throws a punch with one side and the other side's coming up and hitting at the same time, then you push him down and back. So although your hands come together in our kata, they don't in everybody's version, but certainly on its way there, and then you'd spread out and across on the way down. Be over here. Wedge block, boom. Push down and out. Up, down. And that might bother you because that's different than the way you normally think of it, but it might help to know that in many styles, they do this wedge block like we do in, say, Goju Shiho. We go here, and then we go here. Some styles absolutely go like this, one hand high, one hand low, to the point where sometimes it's even a rising block hit, but it's definitely the idea that they're covering and hitting at the same time. So two more ideas about striking and hitting at the same time, kind of like here, except what if it was low? What if he front kicks, you're going to catch and hit at the same time, knocking his leg to the side. So that would start to look like this X-block type thing. It shows up high in a couple places. My favorite one is Jute. In the kata, you go 1, 2. So he's here throwing a punch at my face. I'm not going to stay here and take a punch. I'm going to cross in, won't come across, and I grab and throw him on the ground. Let me go over here. So it goes 1, 2. You throw the kata, block it, cover, hit, throw. Those were all in the theory that you're blocking and hitting at the same time. Whether it's here, or here, or here, or here, or here. So the next theory is that one arm is trapping while the other arm hits. So let's say he comes up and grabs. This hand pulls down, this hand comes across. Most people are okay with that idea, and all I want you to realize is that that means this, from an application standpoint, is the exact same thing. So this is a knife hand block, and it's not that different than that. Also, if you look at, boy, this is a little bit tough for people. In Teki, you go from here to here. And everybody says, or many people have a hard time saying, well, that's an augmented block. But really, what's this? I mean, this and this are the same thing, right? So either you're blocking and hitting at the same time, hitting at the same time, and I'm telling you this is the same thing. So it might be easier to understand if he grabs. He is a threat here. I'm going to take this hand and put it on top, traps his dominant arm and his other arm, sink into your stance and hit. Then you can kick, and then you can come across. You can do the same thing, of course, with Goju Shiho, coming this way, grabs, just trap, step forward and strike down. Very simple. Next one is wrapping the arm. We went over if he throws a punch at you, you're going to catch it and wrap it and come up into here. Obvious to me, augmented block. You try that in either Teki or Goju Shiho. In Teki, 1, 2, you strike here, then you're again kicking and striking. Goju Shiho, moving forward, wrap, strike, push up and back. Same idea. In summary, I want to say that there are a number of positions that could be an augmented block. You have this obvious augmented block. You have this, if you could accept that as an augmented block. You have these as augmented blocks and strikes. You have these, you have these, you have this, you have this, you have this. So I like all of those. And if you can get to the point where you're here, you'll start to realize that there's not a lot of difference in the position and the effectiveness. You can also use the augmented block as a throw, especially if you shift out of the way, like Kung Fu Show, and I will put a link to that kata demonstration down below. So, thank you, and I hope this helps.